Nobody cares. Nobody cares, John. Um,
So,
how's
so
your
here's
weekend?
an interesting
Oh, yeah.
trivia fact.
Yes.
Who sold more albums, Nickelback or Rush?
Based on your question, I would say I'd have to say Nickelback.
Yeah. Um, they have sold 50 million albums worldwide. I was trying to find the list where they sat on the list of best-selling bands of all time, and I think they're in the top 10.
I would assume they're up there. I mean, they had some big hits, and they had
And they're fucking from Canada, man.
yeah.
They're polite as shit. So they just took this mockery with a grain of salt. And they literally did, because they kept making albums. They had an album in 2017 and they just released an album.
Yeah, I mean, they're a band. They're not going to stop because a bunch of people made fun of them.
True. Especially if they had the commercial success that they did. They have the money to just keep going.
Yeah. Yeah, there are some bands out there that people just shit all over that I actually kind of enjoy. Like Creed. Creed's first album is awesome.
Oh, Creed is amazing. Yeah. Yeah, their first album with fucking One and My Own Prison, and
Yeah.
yeah.
That whole album was full of hits too.
Mm-hmm.
Bangers around every corner.
According to an article on January 5th of 2017, Nickelback was the 11th best-selling band in history.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I think they've actually moved into the top 10 now. Nickelback's a good band, people.
In case you missed the 30 seconds before I started the stream, John said he's taking it back. So prepare to
Nickelback's
get
a good band.
inundated with Nickelback over the next.
Don't be surprised if that isn't my prep music when I start running campaigns again.
Oh, I won't be surprised. What am I doing? This. Did you check out your character for jumping levels later?
No. I've played a sorcerer before, and I know what Matt Mercer's character idea is, and he's his own thing now, so. Like, I'm intentionally having him use the spear without being proficient in it, because he's proficient in axes.
Makes sense.
Oh, that corner is really dark. I could actually turn my lights on. Hang on a minute.
The dark corners of John's apartment. Ooh. That looks really good on stream.
Ooh.
It'll probably get cut off when everybody else pops in because your video will adjust. But
Yeah, but oh, I got those in the wrong ears. That's why it feels weird.
yeah, yeah, we put
There
all
we
our
go.
Christmas shit up on. When did we start doing it? Thursday night. And
I did it Wednesday. This is my
yesterday?
last day of vacation.
Oh, sad day for you.
Although I have Tuesday off for the Iran game, so.
Oh, do you? It's Tuesday. I thought it was Monday.
Tuesday. I'm the second person to say I thought it was Monday. Now I'm starting to doubt myself, which is shit because, I had that planned. Oh, here's an interesting fact. In Icelandic culture, did you know there's a thing called the Yule cat, known as Jólakötturinn? It's a huge vicious cat who is described to be lurking about the snowy countryside during Christmas time and eating people who have not received any new clothes before Christmas Eve. It's a fashion cat.
A fashion cat that like shames and shuns you and then eats you for not having good clothes. Sounds like a Gucci representative.
He's the fashion police, man. Making sure everyone's got good clothes for Christmas.
Who made like that's got to be made
That's
up by
Icelandic folklore, man. I saw it on Twitter, and then I'm like, fuck, really? What? And I looked up Yule Cat, and it's on the Icelandic folklore wiki page. So I'm assuming. I mean, if it's not, is one of the greatest internet pranks.
I mean, that is amazing. That's really amazing.
Wow.
Maybe we need to start celebrating that every year.
Though referred to as an ancient tradition, written accounts of the Yule Cat have only been located as recently as the 19th century. The threat of being eaten by the Yule Cat was used by farmers as an incentive for their workers to finish processing the autumn wool before Christmas. The ones who took part in the work would be rewarded with new clothes, but those who did not would would get nothing and thus be preyed upon by the monstrous cat. It was a clever boss in Iceland.
So some
That's all it was.
So some farmer in Iceland was pissed because his people weren't working hard enough. So he said, I'll incentivize you with clothes. And if you still don't work hard and fast enough to get the clothes, then I'm going to scare you with tales of a giant cat that will shame you for not having the clothes and then eat you.
That sounds like an off-the-cuff story to get people to, like it was a joke.
That, you know,
like the first guy that told it was a massive joke.
You need to incorporate that into your next D&D campaign, by the way.
Oh my god.
That needs to be a mission on its own. You have to go find the cat that eats people that don't work hard enough.
You know what? Maybe we do a Christmas episode. And I do a one-shot about us hunting the Yule Cat.
That's not a terrible idea.
That might be fun. Might be a fun thing to do.
Just as a reminder, most organized religions represent one body of individuals trying to control other individuals. So probably people were wearing sweatpants to church, and someone said, "Oh, the Hanukkah cat's gonna eat you," or whatever the fuck, and suddenly that became a religion. So.
Well, this is an Icelandic folklore piece. I saw this morning, Ryan. It's called the Yule Cat, known as Jólar Kulturin. I'm slaughtering that. It's a huge, vicious cat who is described as lurking about the snowy countryside during Christmas time and eating people who have not received any new clothes to wear before Christmas Eve. Though referred to as an ancient tradition, the written accounts of the Yule Cat have only been located as recently as the 19th century. The threat of being eaten by the Yule Cat was used by farmers as an incentive for their workers to finish processing the autumn wool before Christmas. The ones who took part in the work would be rewarded with new clothes, but those who did not got nothing and thus were preyed upon by the monstrous cat.
That almost seems like people that have no friends and whose parents have died already. Like, those are the people that give me clothes for Christmas, so you're shit out of luck then, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently. You gotta love holiday religious activities that just get, they're just wonky. Oh.
This is Icelandic culture. They also have something called the Yule Lads.
Somebody is having their microphone into
That's
their...
right. Yeah.
It's just me as I switched over.
Oh. I was like, uh-oh.
They're a group of 13 mischievous pranksters who steal from or otherwise harass the population. They arrive one by one over the final 13 nights leading up to Christmas and leave small gifts and shoes.
Is it cat turds?
I don't know. Yeah, right. It's little cats. I sense I sense an actual campaign forming based around Icelandic Christmas myths. You gotta slay the 13 little prankster cats and then the big fucking Yule Cat at the end.
Have like 3 or 4 barbarians because it's like old Iceland.
Be fun. Hell, well, we're the 3 dwarves, so.
In order to get to Valhalla, you must slay the cat.
We're the lost Vikings, Ryan. Did you realize that?
I like it. I would go back. I would play a remake of that game.
That'd be fun.
Did you get a good Thanksgiving feast in, John?
Fuck yeah. And they had a good Thanksgiving feast. I had a feast at the bar the next day as the USA tied England. They took that game to England, man. That was unreal.
That was so.
Oh, the English. I saw a thing of the English fans in a bar just throwing their beers when the final whistle blew because they were so pissed off they couldn't beat us. But they had like what, 2 good chances the whole game?
Yeah, they had a
Yeah,
couple.
that's.
We had about 5 or 6.
I would have liked to get one of those corner kicks home. We had like 4 in a row right there. That was a tough moment. Really wanted that.
That one
Funny.
that had the crosser where what's his face? Was it a McKinney or
McKinney, yeah.
where he kind of
Skied
did-
it and just bounced off and like rocketed off his foot.
yeah, he had 2 that rocketed off his foot, and they were both like on target, but just like
I think
perfect.
the one that I like as a fan that I really want back is I want to give Christian another shot at that one that hit the crossbar.
Oh,
Because I've seen him bury that shot in the upper corner too many times to count.
uh-huh.
That was tough, man. What do you do? But
Considering
yeah,
everybody
you told me
expected them to get
tournament-
smoked. Yeah.
I was gonna say, if you told me before the tournament started that we would have to just get down to beat Iran and you move on, I would have taken it in a heartbeat.
Well, and if they play like they did the other day, they should bury Iran. I mean,
Mm-hmm. The fact that Iran beat Wales is like shocking.
Morning, genius.
Morning, Gene.
Dude, good morning.
Don't mind me. I'm eating frosted mini wheats.
I'm gonna go
Oh,
get my
looks like a
coffee now that it's made.
marshmallow.
And frosted mini wheats, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's not where I live.
That is not where I live either.
I like frosted mini wheats.
Mm-hmm.
You like frosted many things.
I'm torn between eating them dry and having them be practically soggy.
That's what your mom
You guys
said.
love fiber.
I mean, I don't need more fiber in my diet. I'm, perfectly fine the way I am. But I don't mind it.
Okay, Jeff, to recap what you've missed since you've been away. Nickelback is an awesome fucking band. I'm taking them back. And then there's this this Christmas legend in Iceland about the Yule cat that comes and eats the people that have not received good clothes for Christmas. It was started by the wool farmers to get their employees to do their work before Christmas because those that did their work got clothes, and those that did not get clothes and would be left to be eaten by the Yule cat. So that's where we're at. And I'm eating mini wheats. So that's the recap. For
Good
you,
to know. Good to
'cause you're
know.
gonna give a recap to us later.
Yes,
Uh-oh.
that's.
And then there were 2.
Mm.
You have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. I think I still have a food baby, but yeah, we actually went and saw
Got a
people and
Christmas
had food. So, oh my goodness, is it that time already?
Yep. I did that on Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we're see, we usually end up like the weekend before Christmas, and unfortunately this week Christmas on a weekend, so it might be like the day before Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
I just realized my little springy Santa Claus hanging from my chandelier is in frame. It's awesome.
I'm just messing with lighting. We moved some furniture around, and I've got
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, you
lot
do.
of blurs coming through.
Are you
just
way to
for a
get
minute.
Is there a way for you to get the light in front of you and turn off the light behind you?
No, there isn't a
That's-
way to get a light in front of me anymore.
I
There's a
have
really up against a wall now.
My kitchen light's right there. Right
Yeah.
there. So
I've got one of those standing lamps with the 3 bulbs on it in front of me. Or kind of, it's.
oh yeah, yep. The
Right here.
directional lamps. I got one of those in the corner over there. But
mean,
if I turn
some-
those on and open my
Oh,
patio doors, I get really dark.
Someday when we become professionals, we'll all have ring lights.
I've thought about getting a ring light a couple of times.
There's some knockoffs you can get for pretty cheap if you're really in need of one.
I think I look okay right now.
Yeah, you look fine.
I mean, hopefully no one's looking at me anyway.
I am.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
I do.
That's good. Sometimes I make expressions.
Not better.
Now your video
It's
looks
got
like
a
one
mood.
of those.
It's definitely got a mood to it, though.
Yeah, it reminds me of one of those videos that you see where, like, somebody's getting interviewed by CNN and they can't quite get their lighting right.
I was gonna say someone is issuing a ransom demand.
I thought of.
Don't let them kill me.
Please, give them the money.
I'm so scared.
Also, just an FYI, my neighbor is like cutting down trees or something this morning. So
If a tree
That's
comes through the
something.
window, you know what it was.
just sounds like somebody's doing work outside. So people
Didn't hear it.
We're
is what it
balancing
is.
out the universe. Somebody else is working outside, and we're doing this inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if you call it work, though.
No question about it.
Tom's probably doing some work.
Hey, Griswold, where are you going to put a tree that size?
Bend over and let me show you.
You got a lot of nerve talking to me like that.
I was talking to her.
Shit, it was full.
Oh man,
That movie
Use those words.
never gets old.
are we using Owlbear?
Owlbear.
Yeah,
Giddy
I'm in
up.
there. I just didn't see if.
It's the same.
Yeah, mine remembered what it was. I just had to type the first letter.
Yeah, the map's there. It should all be ready for you.
Mine did remember it too.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
have
Come on,
to go
guys, we-
back. Mine didn't remember.
JC joined the party.
Yay.
Come on, guys. We just have to make it through this, and then potential level up was hinted at.
Well, this is an interesting combination. I got JC, Bruce, and Remy. I
Yeah.
just put JC in there because for the party because that will be universal.
I suppose it doesn't matter really what you put up there because you put
Put
your
your name
under
on
your
the
character.
token. Yep. Speaking of which, where is my character? We are in this map. Here we are.
You are there.
I am here. Yeah.
I'm pointing to you. Can't you tell?
Oh shit, that's right. I did this last time.
No, your pants are on.
I moved this over
Ha
here.
ha.
I put this over here. There we go. That's what I want
Sometimes
to do.
jokes are just for me, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
This is
Best
gonna
jokes are
go-
the ones
You
that make
send me the
myself
game
laugh.
title.
It's funny watching them back and not seeing those jokes that you didn't
got
catch
you,
because it
Ryan.
was just real subtle. And it's
I
like, wait, did he
Got
just
it.
say it? He did. That's funny. Randolph joined the party.
Yay.
Got her out her.
So that worked really good last week. As you were zooming around the map, it seemed to look really good on Twitch.
Nice.
So I think
Hey.
that's working really well.
Are you talking to me?
Oh, excuse me.
All right, give me 30 seconds. I'm gonna find a light. So
1, 2, 3. Be back.
Yeah, I have. I might as well throw that up there, just to be sure it's there.
Oh, you know what? I did this last time.
There it is. All right.
Put this-
Yeah, it's easy enough to control Owlbear, because with OBS I have
There we go.
I have everything literally right in front of me, so I can see everybody. I can see chat. I can see basically our stream and all the levels, so I can compare what's in OBS and on showing on stream. Plus, I also have the stream playing on my tablet, so I can monitor it. I have shit all over the place. Oh, Guten Jack. Guten Morgen. Guten Morgen. Yeah.
Hey, Scoot and Jack, did you hear the Icelandic folklore tale of the Yule Cat?
I don't think she was here for that conversation.
No,
Let me guess. You will tell that cat tale again.
nah, I've done it 3 times already. You'll have to get on the Patreon and
She is. She's a.
there you
she's a
go.
Patreon.
Listen to the podcast, Patreon podcast. You'll get it.
Yep. KSS told.
This is a good book. It's a chunk, but it's a good book.
Mm,
I'm
chunky.
only 100 pages in, but it's amazing.
Like every time I see someone reading a big book, I'm like, I should read the Sword of Truth entire set again.
You probably don't have all the books, honestly.
No, I mean, I have all of the original, 11, I think, and then Stone of Tears or not Stone of Tears, the little one, and then the
Law of
Law of
Minds.
Minds. Yeah.
Yep.
And then I read the first one after that, but I think I borrowed it from someone.
That was
They go
I
off
should
into a swamp somewhere, I think.
yeah, that's the one with the witch with her mouth
Yeah.
sewn shut at the end.
Sounds right.
Everything come.
But yeah, that's the last one I read.
The Omen Machine. That's what it was. I was gonna say it was something machine. Omen Machine. There's 2 more after that center around Richard and Callan. Then there's like, I don't know if he finished it, but there's like a 6-book series about Nikki
Mm.
that started with, I think the first one's called Death's Mistress.
Yeah,
That I was really kind of curious to read, and I actually may go look those up and read, or actually just start them over again. That would be fun.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of Nikki, I think in the current political climate, rereading some of
Faith
those
of the
novels,
Fallen
there's
would be
kind of a little bit of a political undertone that, like, oh yeah, that kind of
the whole
applies.
fucking thing was a political undertone for his social
Okay,
ideology. I mean,
maybe it was an
honestly.
overtone.
Yeah. I mean, if you like Ayn Rand, people, the Sword of Truth series is actually really good. If you don't like Ayn Rand, I don't recommend it because it is very much Ayn Rand's philosophies about things.
It's well written though. That I always like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of, if you
A shame he was
then
such
read
a dick.
you read a lesser author, you really can tell the quality difference. So
I mean,
it gets spoiled a little bit.
You shouldn't really like talk ill of the dead, but God, from what I hear from other authors, he was just a king high bastard of a man.
Mm.
Self-confidence through the fucking roof. But wow.
Well, sometimes that's all you need to be successful.
I would argue it's one of the most important things you need to be successful. Although I know a lot of very insecure people that have been successful. So, Ooh. Did my mini wheat in my coffee. Yep, that's a win.
Mm. Does it slap, as the kids are saying these days?
It slaps.
Funny you say does it slap, because I said earlier in this broadcast that Nickelback still slaps.
I don't know if Ryan, I feel like you have something to say about that.
I mean,
I think he wants to slap Nickelback.
There is a spot for Nickelback. It's the same spot that Journey has. Like, I'm not gonna put on Journey, but when Nickelback or Journey is on in a bar, you look around and half the bar is mouthing these words. So you don't tell me that people still don't love Nickelback. Everybody's got these words in their head, and it's coming out as those songs are playing. So There's a spot for it. I won't play it, but there's a spot for it.
Here's a question: would you go see them in concert?
No, because then
Ooh.
it's a
Would-
decision where I'm taking my money and I'm turning it into 2 hours of sitting there hearing shit I've already heard.
Would you go?
What if I
Someone's got
told
an
you they
extra
released an
ticket.
album like last month, and that's the bulk of what would be played?
I would have to listen to it, and I will likely not do that. My time is prioritized elsewhere.
That's what you think. Here, we're listening to
Fair.
Nickelback. I'm gonna play it on my phone.
No,
Fine.
no, don't do that.
I don't
They'll
think
mute
it'll
audio.
it won't pick
Oh
up.
shit, yeah, that's right.
They'll kill the Twitch.
Don't do it. All right, let's get
All
the
right.
show on the road.
I'm
You guys
ready to go. Sorry, guys.
You look good now.
Yeah.
Well, I looked good before, John. Let's be fair.
I couldn't see that.
I'm dead sexy.
I know this as a fact. That's why we were wondering what was wrong with your lighting.
Look at my sexy body.
Yeah,
my belly.
I'm so sad no one's gonna get to hear that if they're on credits.
Oh no, we're not in credits yet. Everybody
Oh,
got to hear
nice. Oh, thank
I think that's going to be the start of the edited podcast.
it. Goddamn right.
I'm dead.
Hello and good morning, everybody. We are Two Nerds One Quest. Welcome to the show. I am your host, Norm. Joining me today for this grand adventure as the tower is about to topple. One, Mr. Genius.
Good morning, everyone.
Mixing it up.
I don't. I mean, is there an order? That man you're
Genius
listening
is always
to.
last because he does the recap.
That man you're listening to is JC, who is critiquing my intro.
No, it's just you did something different than what I do, and I accept that because you are.
The,
It's
the
not
un-
wrong. It's different.
the unstacked pile of quarters is bothering JC.
the last man there with the green and gold shirt and hat. Well, hat's not green and gold. Gooch, how you doing, Gooch?
Blinded. Hey, good morning and happy Sunday, y'all.
Would you say you're blinded by the light?
I wouldn't say that. No, I do have light now, which is it's looking good. I think we're in a good place today.
Look good, feel good. Look good, feel good.
Oh yeah.
All right,
You know?
Genius, do you have a show recap and
Do
limerick? Question mark.
I do. So we started out in a fungally decayed forest. Eleanor's ghost was beckoning us to the tower while we were being chased by violet fungi, 2 of them. Axe is trying to find the right key of a key ring of 20 keys, while Bruce and Randolph fight off the fungis. They're very fun guys. Finally found the key, killed the fungi, entered the first level of the tower. It's very old. No one had been here for a while. Eleanor told us that there was evil lurking upstairs. So it took a quick short rest to heal up and get back some abilities and head up to level 2, where there were pictures on the wall, not photographs. And there were busts, and there was a picture of seemed to be a witch relative named Bernice. The air on that level was not good, but Rand did find and took a small bird statue, possibly a raven. We headed on up to the 3rd level, where there were broken urns, crypts, coffins, and a voice that said they were waiting for Eleanor. And then the coffin cover blasted off, and a plant monster called a mortis node was inside. And with a comedy of errors and a very large guiding bolt, pretty fun battle occurred. Rand getting the final blow as the creature was dying. The tower started shaking as the vines were pushing through the cracks, and we kind of left at the kill shot.
I have no idea how, like, through all that battle, Rand ended up dealing the killing blow.
No,
It's the one thing he did.
well, you're gonna like the limerick then. So after Axe's bolt of guiding and Bruce's axe dividing, came a dwarf so charismatic and phenomenally acrobatic. It's Randolph with hammer colliding.
Wow, that was impressive.
That is one of the best. One of the best. I love it.
And for those keeping score, Axe did 43 points of damage, Bruce did 17, and Randolph did 6. But it was the 6 that mattered.
And I'm sure he will brag about those 6.
Absolutely.
Yep.
As
And you know what? Axe is just going to brag as much about Rand making that killing blow. Completely disregard the 43 damage he did.
all right.
Guys,
So
you saw how amazing I was.
so you guys are in the top of the tower. The whole tower itself is starting to shake. The vines are kind of going in between withering and growing, so they're kind of like almost doing like a pulsating between life and death, and they're pushing on the walls, and it's kind of getting into the cracks.
I don't think this is natural, guys.
Are we going with still in initiative order, or are we just going with...
Well, Eleanor appears and is beckoning you to lay her to rest. She's just pleading with you. Please,
all right.
please lay me to rest. Put me to my slumber. And
Rand,
Bruce, what the hell are you waiting for? I already did all the hard work. All you gotta do is lay the
she's
urn
in my
to rest.
backpack. Get her. She's in my backpack. Grab the urn.
All right, I'm gonna search the backpack for old stinky urn.
There's not too much in there.
It's just a backpack. It wouldn't be hard to find.
yeah,
It's a
just-
regular backpack.
Yeah, so you find the urn and you pull it out. I need everybody to roll a dexterity check.
Check or
save.
saving?
Save. I'm sorry, dexterity saving throw.
It doesn't matter actually for me.
21.
Ooh.
17.
Oh no, that's a 10. I thought it was bigger than that. 12 total.
All right, Genius, why don't you roll a d6?
Two.
Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as the tower starts to collapse around you.
Would you say that I'm still raging, or has more than a round gone by since attacking?
I would say probably more than a round, considering everybody's been talking and you turned around.
Okay. Sounds good.
Hey guys, I got the urn. What did the crazy lady say to do with it?
Why don't you guys all give me a perception check?
Nothing like -3 perception.
Lay her to rest. 12.
20.
12.
Randolph, you would definitely notice immediately that there is an open crypt, kind of the northern one. The northernmost crypt there is open, and there's nothing inside. And
All right.
you did notice when you came up the stairs with your 20 that it did say Eleanor on it, so there was one for her waiting. Just one that her
All right,
family had when she was born, created for her.
I'm gonna yell to Axe, "Hey, there's a spot right there for her!" And I'm gonna throw him the urn.
Are you leading me at all towards the?
I mean, as well as I could.
as well as you could. I'm glad you didn't say as well as Aaron Rodgers. That
Yeah,
means
right.
it would be behind me or over the top of me.
You either would have spiked it into the ground or airmailed it.
I
Okay.
don't know, guys. He had a broken thumb the whole year, so maybe just chill out a little bit.
Why don't you do, John? Why don't you do a dexterity saving or a dexterity?
Yeah.
Dexterity.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be damaged, so it's a dex check.
Yeah.
6.
Well, it bounces off your hands. You kind of do that cartoon kind of catch, and it
The whole
drops.
time I'm generally moving in this direction. Can I offer I don't actually catch it and I realize I'm not gonna catch it and I try and swat it towards the crypt?
Do an acrobatics.
Acrobatics, okay.
Or no, give me athletics.
Oh, come on, the acrobatics was an 18. The athletics would have been an 18 too. They're both +2 for me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you swat it towards. It bounces off of the grave or off of the coffin. But because you are so short, it doesn't break. If you would have been like any taller, it would have smashed to the ground and you would have had some other shit to deal with.
Run over to it and I pick it up real quick and just put it in and kind of put my hands down. Look around.
Eleanor.
It's like we drew it up. XE.
Eleanor looks at all of you, says thank you, and slowly kind of mists out and
There's
disappears.
still a whole lot of shaking going on.
Still a whole lot of shaking going on.
I think it's time to go, boys.
So run.
Run away.
All right, so you guys are gonna head down to the second level.
Gonna head out of the tower unless you stop us somewhere.
Yep.
Are you stopping us at the second
Is
level?
there,
Yep. Once you
are there any holes in the outside of the tower yet, or is it just big dwarf-sized holes, or is it just cracks?
no, it's all cracks, and really, it's coming
go to
from the roof. So
Just
move,
coming
move
down.
yourselves to level 2.
Second one. I get you guys here.
And give me another dexterity check.
There we go. Level 2. Dex check. E.
X save.
Save? Or
Yep,
we're
dexterity
going to be
saving.
damaged from
I
this.
don't
This
think
is
that's
save.
gonna. Oh, look at that. Dirty 20.
Oh.
10.
Rand and Axe have 10s.
All right.
Best buds.
We're holding on to each other.
Twinsies.
So Axe and Rand take 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and
God.
Genius half that.
Ouch. In response,
Gross.
can I
Don't
cast Cure
forget
Wounds on
about us,
myself?
you selfish
I mean-
bastard. Don't forget about us.
Yeah, you can cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself. Ooh, nice. 8. I ended up with more health than I came into this floor with. All right, cool.
All right, the tower's still shaking.
Now I'm out of spell slots.
The you can hear
Good
a
thing you made an extra one, because
giant crash as the ceiling and third level caves in on itself. And
Oh,
if you looked up, you would notice that the ceiling is bowing and starting to crumble above you
I'm running.
on the second level.
I'm
am
running.
I close enough to someone to grab them?
And do what?
You would have been next to me before I started running.
Okay, so am I close enough to Rand then to just basically touch them?
Yeah, I mean you can run up to him if you want.
All right, I'm gonna whoever I was closest to, I'm going to touch them and use my cloak's ability, and dimension door the two of us to out the front.
Does it have to be a place that you can see?
No, it just has to be a place I know it exists.
Okay.
so I don't have to see it. It's a place I can see, visualize, or describe by stating distance and direction. So since we walked up to the front, so I will take, and I'll yell, "Good luck, Axe!"
Taking the hero of the battle out.
All right, so Axe is gone. So Axe is the only one left.
Axe is the only one left. Axe moves down to the first floor with all expedients, double and triple moving as fast as he can.
All right, so
First floor.
Axe. Yep, Axe is over there.
Run, Axe!
Give me another dexterity saving throw.
Oh, fuck. Oh, 16.
All right. 16 gets you. Well, 16 gets you 20, but here it'll get you.
The whole thing's coming down.
1. Take another point of bludgeoning as the ceiling is coming in and rocks are flying behind you, rolling down the stairs. You barely are able to dodge out of the way as a giant wall piece flops right as where you were standing on the bottom of the stairs.
I sprint with all expedients for that door that's open, and I dive headlong. The door is, I imagine, is still just kind of swinging.
Yep.
And I know I'm going to collide with it.
Yep. Give
I just
me
put my hands up to cover my head and dive straight into the door,
an athletics.
hoping it will move.
Give me an athletics check.
Giving Norm the chance to pay back. 12.
12. We'll say that you were athletic enough to get most of your body out. The door slams behind you, but kind of bangs off your shin.
Right.
Not enough to do any damage, just enough to give you a giant bruise in the morning, and enough to hobble you. Yeah, like banging your shin against the most solid of solid wood tables.
I shove the beard and the mask in my mouth and just bite hard.
All right, we're gonna
Really sports.
we're gonna switch up the maps to outside.
You made it! Nice work, Axe!
Oh, holy hell.
No thanks to Bruce.
Wow.
He was gonna leave you to die. I was like, oh, we gotta wait for Axe!
And now that you're outside, it doesn't take much to notice that all of the fungal infestations and all of the vines and everything is slowly starting to recede, and you hear a little bit more of the nature that you were missing as you approach the tower. You hear some more birds. A little couple bunnies are hopping around, and the overall darkness of the forest is receding back into itself. It would appear that the Mortis node, upon dying, was controlling everything that you saw.
Rand, I'm not liking this so much. It's getting brighter.
Oh, I think that's a good thing. Remember those needle assholes? Oh, man.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been the worst.
That's the last thing someone needs.
Doesn't help the fact that I don't like the above ground as much. It was nicer when it was darker here.
All right, Bruce, you lead the way just in case any more of those needles.
Do you guys want to take a rest at all, or how are you guys feeling?
I would love a long rest.
I would like a short rest.
I'd love a long rest. I could do a short one. I would love a long one.
I'm gonna use my second wind first, and then I would like a short rest.
That's up to you guys. If
Take a short one and get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a short rest and then we'll get out of here. Short rest. Oh, I do have hit dice. Nice. There we go. Nice. I'm at full hit points and have my sorcery points back, so I can get a spell slot if need be.
Of all the damage dice that I rolled 1s, 2s, and 3s, I finally rolled a 12 on the hit dice, so I guess I'll take that as a win.
Yep. especially considering we're all outside. It's safe.
As you guys are doing your short rest, you notice like a little, excuse my phrasing, little bulge in your pocket. Uh
I'm just happy to see you, Rand.
huh. And as you pull it out, it's a amulet, something you can put around your neck. And on one side is a kind of the family crest of Eleanor, and on the other side is like a kind of like a symbol of a cup that is glowing out. And you kind of hear this little tingle in the back of your mind that basically lets you know that you have been blessed by Eleanor. It is a good luck charm, and basically once a day you can re-roll a failed roll, but you have to use the new
Ooh.
result, whether it's worse or better.
Nice. Is that in the inventory somewhere created, or
No, it's not. I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do that. I'll create that homebrew.
There might be something close to that, but
Close to
like
that,
a
man.
luck stone or something.
Yeah.
But,
a luck stone?
but that might have 3 uses, so you might have to just modify it.
Yeah. So basically when you go to create the item, grab the luck stone, and then modify it. You'll be able to do that because you can start with existing items and then modify them for custom items.
Yeah, I'll probably forget that, and then I'll ask you later. But yeah.
Luck stone pendant is what I'm
Yep.
gonna-
So once a
Someone
day.
should be recording this.
Is that the Rennet family crest then, or is that Eleanor's?
It's Eleanor's
family's
family.
crest? What is
It would
her
be
last
cool
name?
if it was called Talisman of Eleanor's Blessing.
Ryan, you're
Just
walking
that's
over.
what I
You're
wrote.
walking over me, asking Norm for a name he didn't have ready.
Happens all the time.
Yes, it does.
I don't know. We'll figure
Johnson. Johnson. Eleanor Johnson.
it out.
Nope, it's canon.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is you just found a Johnson amulet in your pocket.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that a Johnson in your
family
pocket,
crest.
or is it just an amulet and you're happy to see me?
Johnson family crest.
Yeah. So you find that on your short rest.
Nice. Axe kind of pulls it out of his pocket and looks at it and goes, "Oh, cool." And sort of, I undo my mask and my beard, and I'm combing out my beard.
All right. Now that your short rest is done, you guys got all your hit points and shit.
Yep.
All right.
We're all good.
What
Head
would
back
you like to
to
do?
head back to Lord Henrik Rennet, unless we have anything else we want to try and do here. Or should we go see the old guy and see if his tongue is still black and spotted and stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
give
we
him his
should.
keys back. I have all his keys.
Ooh.
Do we keep them? I wonder if there's anything else around here to unlock. There's a lot of keys here.
We only keep him if the old man's dead.
Oh yeah, let's go back and find the old man.
Yeah. So you guys kind of make your way through the path, and it's really relaxing. It's really kind of nice. You have the like a nice cool breeze on you, and it's a beautiful day. And as you exit the clearing and make your way back into town, you pick up your horses along the way. So you can hop back on your horses, and
Get on
you
our high horse.
approach. Yeah, you approach the house where he was sweeping before, and you can kind of, before you even reach the house, you can hear like a whistling, like a happy work whistle.
Ooh,
And,
whistle while you work.
Yeah. Essentially, that's exactly what he's doing. Valdemar he's just out there. He's sweeping. He's kind of tidying up. He's kind of bopping around, like like he actually has energy. Like he's aware of his surroundings. He turns around as you guys approach, and he's like, "Hey there, guys.
Hello there.
How can I help you?"
You gave us these keys, and we'd like to give them back.
Oh, did I now?
You might not have remembered. You were a little out of it.
Why don't you guys? Well, and it would be easy to tell, like, as you're looking for it. His tongue is perfectly normal. His eyes are, a nice bright shade of blue. He looks like a normal, just like a normal, average everyday guy. And
Like a
he's
fun guy.
not a fun guy.
No,
A
an
happy guy.
anti-fun guy. He looks like an old crotchety fucker now.
But he takes the keys back and kind of sets them back on his hip, and he's like, "So what were you guys doing? What's can I help you with something else?"
Maybe.
You've
I
got
don't know.
you've got some renovations to do on the old crypt there, Pally.
What happened?
Well, you should have warned us. It really wasn't safe.
It was fine for me.
I turn and look. Is it standing?
No. The
No,
whole
it's collapsed. Okay.
the whole thing is collapsed. Yeah, you guys, when you did your short rest, you were basically propping yourself up against the rubble and using it as like a as a wall. And he does say that he, yeah, I saw that tower fall, and I thought, boy, it was kind of past due. That thing was always kind of rickety and crumbly. But now I guess you guys did that, huh?
No.
No, we were just visiting, and boy, it just tumbled on top of us. We were lucky to get out with our lives. You could have had a major lawsuit on your hands.
We were just paying our respects.
Well, lawsuit, I'm not sure about. Not sure if there's a lawyer here in town that. Well, quite frankly, there's nobody here in town, so good luck with that. No.
Regardless, you've got a lot of work on your hands. One brick at a time. Remember that.
Oh, I'm not rebuilding that. If
Honestly, if anything, I would just build a wall around it and let it be.
Yep, they're at rest now.
Let it rest. Don't disturb the dead.
We'll let it be at that.
He looks side-eyed to his companions.
He puts down the broom and he kind of pulls out a pipe and, well, I think it's time for a smoke. If you guys don't need anything, I'm going to go take a rest.
All right, then. Enjoy the smoke.
Oh,
Suppose
I
all the
will.
weed grows now. now that all the dead fungal stuff is gone, the
Yeah.
weed can grow again.
Pretty much. And as you hop back, or as you kind of trot away, you kind of have this nice sweet smell coming from his pipe. A little bit of tobacco mixed with a little bit of of
Something.
joyous plant.
Joyous plant. Have
Living
a
alone
joyous
out-
plant.
Living alone in this rural environment, you're gonna need it, my friend.
Oh yeah.
So it takes you a couple days to get back to Henrik's abode, back to his mansion, and you kind of pull up and things feel different than when you first came. The house seems to be a little bit brighter. Doesn't seem to be as much gloom and pallor kind of enveloping it. And as you walk up to the door and knock on it, Butler opens up the door, and as usual, just his shoulders drop.
Hey, Jeeves!
Please come in. He's been waiting for you.
Oh, he said please.
3
We're getting
bourbons.
work.
Use shaken, not stirred, please.
And he
We're getting somewhere, Randy said please.
he completely ignores you, kind of almost kind of shoves you in, like, kind of when somebody puts their hand on your back and kind of guides you in.
You can-
Get the fuck in here. And shoves you in and closes the door
Oof.
behind you and says he is in his not throne room, but he's in his receiving room. And motions to the initial place where you met him the first time, straight down the hallway. He is no longer in his bedroom.
Okay.
And as you walk into that receiving room, candles are lit. There's that bar that was off on the left-hand side that you guys keep eyeing up. You can see a couple bottles on there. And he stands up and lifts his arms and says, "My friends, my
Hey,
friends."
Henry, how's it going?
And he steps down from his raised viewing platform, or whatever you want to call it, and comes and greets you. And he actually gives you each a giant hug. And says, "My Eleanor has been."
Watch out for the spikes.
I am paying particular attention to see if he's pickpocketing me.
Yeah. Well, give me a perception check.
People that have hugged me in the past have taken shit from me.
And you guys can roll perception too if you think he's going to.
9.
No.
I trust him.
All right. So with the 9, you
Oh,
Swear to something.
you're kind of you're not sure. You think he may have kind of grabbed at one of your pockets, but you're not quite sure. You're just kind of in that limbo of, I don't know. Did he?
Perfect.
Did he not? I think he might have.
And you see, he's doing it subtly. He's not doing it to be like accusatory or anything, but he's subtly checking all his pockets and very quietly just making sure everything's where it should be.
Give me an investigation check.
Oh shit.
bum
Oh,
bum.
15.
15. Yeah, you think all your stuff is there. Yeah, you're pretty
Okay.
confident he didn't take anything now.
Yeah.
If you'd have gotten a 1, I would have.
Still, there's this uneasy feeling in the back of my mind.
If you would have gotten low, I would have made you forget that you put the amulet around your neck.
Would have been good. Would have been good.
Yeah, so he goes down the line and gives everybody a giant hug and kind of claps you on your back and says, "Oh, Eleanor has been laid to rest. My dreams, they're normal. She said goodbye to me, and I haven't seen her, and that was 2 days ago, which is about how long it took for you guys to get back to the castle, to the mansion. You must have been successful."
Oh, so successful. Gosh, when we left, she was so happy. Oh boy, it's just well, don't try to visit her though, because
She's laid to
that's
rest.
something that she said. Don't
You don't disturb the
don't
dead.
come visit. Yeah, I need rest. She said so. Just visit her in your dreams.
Yeah, her happiness was kind of scattered all over the place.
Well, I mean,
Like dust in the wind.
it is an unfortunate event, but if she is comfortable and laid to rest, as she has so needed, then I am okay with it. Her peace was all I wanted. Come, let us drink.
Yeah.
Now you're talking.
And the curtain drops as little dwarves are basically
Drinking
hobble
bottles
running over to the bar without being told twice and tripping over each other to get drink.
Huzzah!
I would like to suggest a name. I put it in chat. A name for our party. I mean, Norm's called us the Investigators, but I'd like to name us the Wrecking Crew. So far, we've burnt down a house and toppled a mausoleum. And kind of inspired by Alquin's. This crew is known as Ashes and Rubble.
Nice.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you call yourself whatever you want if that's what you want.
Yeah, maybe we don't call ourselves that, but that's just what we've become known as.
Yeah, like you guys call yourself investigators, but everybody around you calls you like
Wrecking Crew.
the wreckers.
Yeah.
So at this point, you guys can level up. And we can do that
Cool.
now because we'll start the next story beat. Whenever you guys do that in a couple minutes here. So why don't you
Man.
kind of discuss
kick.
what you're gonna do and what's available to you
Well,
and what
Oh, we're going to level 3
yeah.
Level,
Level
3
3.
is a big level.
Or level 4.
or level
I mean,
4 if you're
if you're
Bruce. That's hilarious. Honestly, that's amazing. Ooh, I'm at 20 hit points now, which is very, very nice. I feel less fragile. I get my meta magic at level 3.
Yeah, you
So-
gotta pick some cool stuff.
I get the ability to twist my spells to suit my needs. I gain 2 of the following meta magic options of my choice. And then I gain another one at 10 and 17. Oh, this is my twin spell and all that shit. Extended range. Oh, careful
Hey,
spell.
John. Talk through what you're gonna do.
All right. You guys can think about it. Mine is real easy. So
Okay. Yeah, go ahead, Bruce.
level 4 is a stat bump or a feat. And since all of my numbers are even, I'm gonna go with the stat bump. I'm gonna do take the +2 on strength because even though he probably gained some wisdom hanging out with these two, I think strength is where his strengths lie.
Not
So-
lucky?
Yeah. So no, not lucky. No DM wants anyone to ever take lucky. So 45 hit points and now a strength of 18.
40. Oh, you're level 4. Like 45. You have over twice what I have. It's a good thing you're a tank.
Yeah, barbarian
sorcerer,
versus
yeah.
sorcerer. D12
Barbarian,
versus
sorcerer, and a level different.
Yeah. +3 con. That helps.
Oh yeah, yeah. Plus
So
3 con is always a good thing.
That's Bruce. I want to hear about you guys.
And you want to talk a little bit about you?
Yeah, so I've got a tough choice to make because I start a martial archetype, and
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research here on my different archetypes that I have available to me. But I know I'm not an archer, so that kind of eliminates that one right there. I had looked a little bit at Eldritch Knight. I've played that in the past, and I thought that was pretty cool. Adds a couple spells to my capabilities. I'm interested in a Purple Dragon Knight. Trying to figure out what that is, and if I actually at any point ride a dragon. That would be cool, but I don't think that's what that is. A cavalier would be weird as a dwarf because I have my little mini horse, so that probably wouldn't necessarily be as cool. Rune Knight is definitely my top choice so far. Get to put runes on my weapon and stuff, and they'll do some unique things as I go forward. So that's pretty cool. And then Battle Master is good. In my understanding, that you get some additional abilities right off the cuff. So, I don't know anything about Samurai. So, I don't know. Any
Right.
thoughts?
Jeff may have some thoughts. Give it some thought there, Ryan. I will roll through my meta magics here quick. And also, Norm, you got a question from Alquin. What is the toy he found? Is that anything special, or is that just a toy?
Well,
No, it's not a toy.
Oh,
Did he actually spend time looking at it? He shoved
I
it
assume
in
he
his
would
backpack.
have. I mean, if we're gonna have a couple days here of
Yeah,
downtime,
so he
yeah,
would've-
I'm sure he would have looked at it over that time.
Yeah, he would have pulled it out, and he would have realized after looking at it that it wasn't actually a porcelain rock thing. It was a, he would have rubbed the dirt and dust and cleaned it off, and it was a raven. It is a
Figurine of wondrous power.
yeah, it's a wondrous
Raven?
raven.
yeah.
Cool. So you got a raven. You got a raven familiar, dude, that you can throw and summon.
And basically, what the Raven does is it allows you to send messages.
That's awesome.
I'd have to look it up. I don't have it open in front of me, but I think it allows you to send messages, like basically once a day or something.
Cool. That's fun. All right, my meta magic options. The first one I will not be taking because Axe is anything but careful. Is careful spell. When you cast a spell, it forces creatures to make a saving throw. You can protect some of those creatures from the spell's full force, i.e., protect your party members from your magic. But that's not Axe. He's not careful at all. Distance spell I might take, although I don't know if it'll matter a ton because most of his spells have quite the distance on them. When you cast a spell that has a range of 5 feet or greater, you can spend a sorcery point to double the range. When you cast a spell that has a range of touch, you can spend a sorcery point to make the range of spell 30 feet. That having
Because you have
wounds,
cure wounds, yeah.
that maybe I will take distance spell. I didn't take it last time I played a sorcerer, but I kind of like that. Being able to make cure wounds a thing in a pinch. Empowered spell. When you roll damage for a spell, you can spend a sorcery point to reroll a number of the damage dice up to your charisma modifier. You must use the new rolls. Extend spell extends the duration of a spell. You double it if it's long. If it has a duration as long as a minute. Anything a minute and longer, you double its duration for a sorcery point up to a maximum of 24 hours. Heightened spell. When you cast the spell, it forces a creature to make a saving throw to resist its effects. You can spend 3 sorcery points to give one target of the spell disadvantage on its first saving throw made against the spell. Spending all 3 of my sorcery points right now does not seem like a good idea. So I probably won't be going that option. Quicken spell. When you cast the spell that has a cast time of 1 action, you can spend 2 sorcery points to change casting time to 1 bonus action, which is nice. Subtle spell. This one I may take. No, because Axe isn't subtle either. When you cast a spell, you use a sorcery point to cast it without somatic or verbal components. And this is probably the one I'm taking because it just makes more, and that seems like Axe's MO. Twinned spell. When you cast a spell that targets only 1 creature and doesn't have a range of self, you can spend a number of sorcery points equal to the spell's level to target a second creature in range with the same spell. So, if if Rand and Bruce are within 5 feet of each other, I can run up there, put my hands on both of them, and cure them both at once. So I am gonna go with Twin Spell and the Distant Spell are gonna be my meta magics that I take.
Well, yeah. Oscar had Twin Spell, and I think he used it at the very end to cast invisibility on
Yep.
himself and Bo. And he also used Empowered Spell, the re-rolling up to 2 of the dice. So
I like the idea that
yeah, because
Distant
you have
Spell
cure wounds, it's really good.
But I like the idea of him having failures with his magic. It just seems like he's going to be wild and chaotic, and when he fails, he's going to get frustrated. And I don't like the idea of him like casting like a fireball and it being 6 and then me making it like 30. No, if it's 6,
Mhm.
he's going to be pissed that it's 6 and it's going to be a good character mode. So I think just more and further, the distance spell makes sense for the class, and then the twin spell for sure. Also makes sense for the same reasons. I can get up next to both of you if you're within, because you're both going to be in the middle of everything.
Can you use more than one? Like you could all do both and do.
You can only use one
On the
meta
same
magic
spell?
at a time.
Okay,
Yeah. I wish, because that would be
that would be awesome.
freaking cool to spend all my sorcery points to just get a cure wounds on both of you at once. Yay! So there I am. I am level 3. I have 3 sorcery points now, and we get a long rest in here.
We had a couple of them.
Yeah,
Several of them.
I would say that you are safe to take a long rest.
Oh, spells. I got spell choices to make too, because I get second. Oh, I've had second level spells. Oh no, those are just
No,
my
you
automatic
just-
ones. I just got
just
second level
got
spells. Ooh boy, let me see. Manage spells.
All right, back to Randolph.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I am right now choosing between Eldritch Knight, which I kind of feel is a little bit redundant since we have a magic user, and the Rune Knight, which I think I'm leaning
So
towards.
I will say Farley is a rune knight. If you remember playing when it was Farley and Spade. So it was very, very fun to play. I would recommend it.
Yeah, well, as just looking at the couple runes that I think I would go with, the Fire Rune makes my attacks a little bit more potent, which is definitely something that Rand could use. And the Cloud Rune seems very interesting. If one of my team members gets attacked, I can move the attack to someone else. The attack still happens, but it hits somebody different. So I think that would be kind of up my alley as well, being able to manipulate who's getting punched in the face. So that feels good too. I think I'm going to lock in Rune Knight.
Cool. And then I think you also at third level you also get the Giant's Might ability. It looks
I
like.
do, and I'll go through that shortly. The Giant's Might is I learn to imbue myself with the might of giants as a bonus action. I can get the following benefits. I become large, which is cool. I have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. And once on each of my turns, one of my attacks can deal an extra 1d6, which feels good. So I think that is going to happen.
So I think I figured out what spell I'm taking for my second level spell here. Because, he's a freaking pyromaniac. I was going to go with pyrotechnics, but then I saw Scorching Ray. You create 3 rays of fire to hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several. Make a ranged spell attack for each ray. On a hit, the target takes 2d6 fire damage. When you cast the spell using a spell slot of 3rd level or higher, you added an additional ray for each spell or for each level above 2nd. So I could do 66 fire damage to a single target if I hit on all 3 of them. I like it. And that just seems right up Axe's path.
Is that the
Yes.
Is that the toss the hockey wrench spell? That's a good spell.
Yep,
It was
sure is.
sound effect that was made in the Fantasy Grounds and possibly Sirenscape, I think.
Nice.
Which went away and we were all sad. It doesn't make that sound anymore.
Yep. It will be good. That will be a good spell for him to have. All right, so I am. Where is that then? That just sits on my second. Yep, Scorching Ray. There it is. How do I get that to be greater? That's what I want to know. That's based on my charisma. I need to find something to raise my charisma, I think.
One more level will help you. And
Yeah.
since it looks like, unless you really want to raise your intelligence, you could take a feat that also includes a charisma bump and get kind of double duty there.
Yeah, get 2 points. That'd be awesome.
All right.
Get
So after
and then do it that way.
After taking the Rune Knight,
Ooh, get some choices.
added the ability as a bonus action. So let me know if I should be doing this during combat. Adding that Fire Rune to an attack is a bonus action, or no? It is. It's kind of like if I hit, then I can add 2d6 fire damage once during per each short rest. But it also can restrain the target. So it can restrain it for up to 1 minute. So that's kind of a unique thing. It's basically creating fire shackles.
I think that restraint will come in handy if we come up against 5 guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if we come up against 5 guys, I'm clearly eating it. But like,
Yeah.
if we have multiple enemies,
I mean, you have to eat the 5 guys before the bag dissolves.
yes,
Oof. Yeah, because
and a pile of oil and salt.
those
I
fresh
really hope people
fries
know what
are
we're talking
fresh.
about.
No,
So ridiculous.
John's an expert at eating Five Guys.
All at once.
Oh,
Yep.
It's been
Shove it
eating
all in my
Five
mouth.
Guys for decades now, and it really shines through.
All that meat in my mouth. Great.
No, it just really is.
And the
good.
fries. The fries are amazing too. But it's all about the meat, really.
Mhm.
I am really glad that this conversation's not happening on the Wednesday night game.
It's almost
With
like we
Scott
need
recording
it's almost like we need some kind of a
Although
warning
this
label
is-
telling people that this podcast is
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if only there was some badges on the stream that let people know that there was explicit content.
Whose responsibility is that?
Wait, I thought we were talking about a burger place.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Sing the Ode to Tipper Gore by Warren.
All right, are we all set with our characters?
I am
think
ready.
so.
I am ready.
Yep.
All right, so we will start the next crazy adventure.
Yay, next crazy adventure. New page.
All right. So Axe and Rand are approaching.
And Bruce.
Axe and Rand are approaching
No.
the Lazy Dragon.
Oh, okay.
Belching Dragon.
Belching Dragon.
What did I call it? Say the Lazy
The
Dragon?
Lazy Dragon.
Yeah.
That's a different bar that exists below ground.
I think that's in Waterdeep.
Yeah. It's a knockoff.
Damn it.
It's kind of like the Fuddruckers, Applebee's.
It is no. It's not the Fuddruckers Applebee's. It is Drawn Enterprises' rival adventuring bar. Drawn Enterprises is run by Omen Drawn's sister and is a primary rival of Acquisitions Incorporated.
Hmm.
Fair
Can
So
I
enough.
make
it
a
is-
request?
Yes.
Can I make a request from the DM, by the way? This is a little off topic. As I'm reading more about my character and about the rune where I can become a giant and become a large character,
Mm-hmm.
can I request that my horse also becomes large? So it's kind of like He-Man when he turns into He-Man and
And Battle
Yeah.
Cat.
and Battle Cat. Can Dynamite turn large as well?
As long as
And-
the horse is a coward when he's not.
As much as I would love to see you ride a tiny horse as a large giant dwarf, yes, I'll allow it.
All right, awesome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I like the clowns with those tiny
Goes
motorcycles.
from like a Shetland pony to a Clydesdale.
Yeah, yep.
Awesome. All right,
It
that's
would
all I
be
wanted to-
hilarious though. Like just little tiny horse, and then suddenly all 4 legs just plop out. Horse flops.
That's what I just want to kill Dynamite like someone. Anyway.
I will
Break its back.
I will actually say that Dynamite has to be within 20 feet of you in order for this to work though.
Like you have
That
a
makes
matching
sense.
rune on its saddle or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So if so a large dwarf is normal size. That is a great question, Elquin.
A large dwarf, medium. No, a medium dwarf becomes a large. Dwarves
Yeah,
are medium.
dwarfs are technically still medium. So
Aren't gnomes small? Like a
Gnomes-
large gnome would be a medium creature.
I think gnomes and halfling, but the or the rune knight thing says if they're smaller than large, they become large. So
Okay.
it's not just a one size bump.
Ooh.
Amazing. All right. So Axe and Rand.
Dynamite plan.
Approaching the belching dragon.
Hold on. Somebody needs to put that as a show title. Dynamite Plan.
What one?
What is?
Sorry. Had to say it.
Well, what's it?
Dynamite plan.
All right.
Dynamite.
Yeah, in
Did,
order for your horse to actually take effect, you have to yell dynamite.
All right, it's fine. That's totally
Good,
worth it.
Or
did
maybe that's how you
go ahead.
call your steed to you. I don't know. I'll let you.
All right,
figure
maybe
that out.
that's the activation of the Giants rune then.
Did Axe name his horse?
Beer.
Beer.
Beer. Fuck you, Dad. My horse's named Spear.
Beer.
Actually, I would have laughed if you'd have called it glue. Come here, glue.
He's not smart enough to make that joke. That's a little. That's
a little
beyond
too much.
his. I mean, he's got -1 intelligence. Come on, you wouldn't make that joke.
Fair enough.
0 wisdom.
Fair enough. All right. So Axe and Rand are kind of walking their way up to the bar, and they're just kind of realizing that Bruce isn't with them, nor have they seen him in a couple days. So this is about a week past the events of the laying Eleanor to rest. So this is about a week later. You guys have had time to kind of, collect yourselves and you checked out the raven, so you know that you have this raven. You know, if you weren't smart enough to figure out what it was, you probably would have brought it to somebody in town to have it identified for you. So you're aware of what that is and what it can be used for. But you just, it's been like 4 days. You had dinner with Bruce once or twice, and you had drinks with him, but
Asked about his
hasn't.
sister.
Yeah, he hasn't been at his house. You went and tried to. You got there at like 2 a.m, just blasted out of your mind, and he just wasn't there, and everything was shut up, and it was dark. Like, he should have been out drinking with you. You just haven't seen him. So you are on your way up to the bar, and is there anything you guys want to discuss before you head in? You have been summoned by Ellie, by the way. All right.
No, I think we talk to ourselves and say, hey, I wonder if Brucey's gonna be there. I haven't seen that asshole in a while. Not that I'm
It's been a
sad
while.
about that.
I mean, like, he has a good meat shield. Like, we need someone to stand in front of the bad guys. I do, at
Oh,
least.
yeah. Good
And
point.
then-
yeah.
I mean, like, honestly, you just need to be there for that killing blow, man. No one does it like you.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, Bruce is all fine and everything, but you need somebody to get the job done. You call it
Absolutely.
Rand. You don't call Bruce.
Oh, who calls Bruce?
Who throws a Bruce anyway? So you guys get into the bar, and it's the usual crowd. It's music in the background. It's pretty busy. It's it's hopping.
Is it an actual band, or is it the magical band?
Nope, it's a normal band. It's
Oh, there's a normal band tonight. Ooh.
yeah. The
Well, I think we're still early in the Lonelywood version of this story, so they haven't had time to deck everything out yet.
the bard team Nickelback, because I can't think of another name that matches them.
Opperback.
Is touring
Opperback.
10 towns
Opperback.
in the area, and they are one night only. Nickelback is playing
Yeah, I love Nickelback.
at the Belgian Dragon.
All right.
Oh, shit, I missed it. Damn it, let me try that again. Rewind. Yeah, I love Led Zeppelin.
Very different.
That's reference. Some people might have gotten.
So they're playing in the corner, and as you guys walk in, kind of look around, and you see Ellie behind the bar. She kind of waves at you, kind of motions you over. And as you get closer to the bar, you notice on the corner Bruce's cloak. And it's kind of draped over somebody. You kind of look at it and you're kind of confused. It's not, could be Bruce. I mean, it's kind of a large thing underneath it. The hood's kind of plopped over, and the cloak itself is kind of billowed out around, kind of shielding your view of whatever is underneath it. And it could be Bruce, but it
I
seems
assume
kind
it's
of big
Bruce
for
and walk
Bruce.
up to him and pat him on the back. Hey, Bruce, what's up?
And Ellie kind of, her eyebrows go up real quick, kind of like, uh-oh. And as you pat him on the back, you kind of hand kind of pricks itself as you're kind of smacking him on the back where there's a note pinned to him.
Grab the note. Hey, Bruce, someone's fucking with you again. They put a "Don't kick me" sign or "Kick me" sign on the back of you.
Ellie kind of looks at both of you, shakes her head, and says, Bruce couldn't make it today. The note will explain it all. I would be careful as to how hard you smack him on the back. He's under the weather. And then she runs to the other
I was
side
gonna
of the
say
bar.
it looks to me like he's doing pretty sharp.
Do you read the note?
The blood off my hand.
Do you read the note?
Yes, I open the note and read it as I'm.
All right. Genius, what does the note say?
It's in Dwarvish. You read, "Hey, Axe and Randolph, had to run. Sister in trouble in Luskin. No big deal. Be back soon. Make sure Vok doesn't lose my cloak." Exclamation point.
And as
Echo everyone said it. I said, "What the Vok?" Who's Vok?
boo. And
Boo.
as you're reading the note, the cloak kind of shuffles, and these two kind of large arms come out and pull the cloak back, and this human figure kind of turns and looks at you, a little cross-eyed. Just the reek of alcohol that comes from underneath as he pulls that hood back is just, it makes both of you who are seasoned drinkers go, oh no. And he's like, what do you want, dwarf?
You have Bruce's cloak. Are
Genius,
you
want
Vok?
to take over, Genius?
Yeah, I guess I do.
VAAK?
Okay.
VOK?
Very okay.
Okay.
It's
Not
all right.
okay.
It's all right. It's okay. It's okay.
Is that right? Is that right? Ellie comes back over and says, "Can I get you guys something? We're kind of busy here. You want to drink real quick while we get this figured out?"
Sorry, I'm laughing. Me and Ryan just put the same title suggestion at the same time. Like I hit enter and both of them popped up.
Well, I don't think Sour Mash over here needs anything, but I'll take a bourbon.
I would like, I'm trying to change things up a bit. I want to try some rum.
Rum and a bourbon. All right.
Ellie. Rum.
You'll be sorry.
Ellie glances
I may
at Vok, who is kind of getting himself upright on his chair.
All right, I can just describe what you see.
Go ahead and describe. We interrupted your description of them.
Large, not large, actually large, like a rune knight would be, but human male who's maybe a little larger than life was passed out. He's got a little drool running down his mustache, kind of runs into sideburns, kind of a little connected mustache there, with definitely some 3 to 4 day stubble going on. His eyes are sky blue. He looks like he was probably once a really impressive figure, but he's now kind of fallen into the drink, and time and life has worn him down. He's just got some hide armor on, and disheveled clothes. He looks like a typical 10 pounds resident. He's got a couple blades at his belt, and a scrimshaw carving hangs from his neck. And he's wearing Bruce's cloak, and you found the note already. So that's what you see. And he's definitely been drinking not for fun, just because that's what he does.
He's a professional.
Yeah.
Ellie comes back with the drinks and gives them to Axe and Rand, and says, "Wait 1 second. I have something for you guys to do. It's very important, and it cannot wait." And she runs into the back.
All right. And then Rand goes to Axe and says, "Did you say that Bruce's sister's in trouble?"
It must be. That's what I heard.
That's
I think
where
we have something to
should
do
be.
already. Tom's panicking inside.
Ellie wouldn't let you do that.
Yeah, that is not a side quest that I am allowing at this point.
I want the talisman of Bruce's sister's blessing.
Yeah,
Oh, she's given that talisman away already.
Oh, snap. So Ellie comes back
Hopefully
with
not to Sour Mash guy.
Ellie comes back with a kind of a scroll, like a message that had been brought to her, and she comes back and she says, "Okay, do I have your attention?" And she notices Vok is still kind of out of it, so she slams her hand down on the bar, which kind of startles him and kind of forces him to look at her. And she goes to him. She does the whole eyes thing, like, "Are you paying attention? Like, look at me."
And he's looking like he's facing her, but his eyes are focused on the wall behind her because she's too close at this point.
I need you. You are needed at the Church of St. Terognis. Do you need me to spell that for you?
Mhm.
Terognis is Terragnis.
Terragnis. Nis?
Yep.
Terognis. Got it.
2 A's, but not where you think.
Of Church of Terognis.
The head acolyte has summoned you. His name is Tybalt Throgsden. Tybalt, Tibalt. Throgsden. Throgsden. He says it's urgent. He needs you there immediately. One of their priests has gone missing.
All right, so we got to go to the Church of Terragis and talk to the head asshole about a missing priest. Got it.
Yeah.
She
All right, we gotta find some guy named Froghouse. Let's go find him.
Ellie reaches over and grabs both of you by the beards underneath, by the chin, and brings you in real close. And said, because this is, you guys would know that the Church of St. Terognis is in town. It is a well-respected church in town. And the fact that they are reaching out to Ellie is very important. And so she has you both by the beards and is inches from your face. She is leaning over the bar and she says, "Do not fuck this up. I will take your beards." And she kind of flings them backwards.
Hey, Ellie.
Yes, Vok.
What does this have to do with me?
You owe me. Correct?
You know I'm good for my tab. I'll get to the money.
You owe me more than I think you realize and are able to pay. If you go with these two knuckleheads and keep them in line,
More importantly,
And
keep
not-
the church standing.
And yeah, literally just exactly what I was going to say. And make sure the church stays standing. We will call it even. Is that a deal?
Add one more shot of the hardest liquor right now, and it's a deal.
Without saying a word, she turns around, grabs a shot, and she kind of rummages around, kind of glances at him, rummages around, glances at him. And with her
This is
back
good.
turned to him, pours a shot. Gives it to
Alright.
him.
Reagan's breath, or is this?
Gives it to him.
He'll-
Shots of the Phoenix.
Shot of the Phoenix, or what is
He'll
this?
he trusts Ellie, so he'll hold it up and say, "You got yourself a deal," and he'll knock it on the bar and toss it back.
Constitution saving.
I don't like Constitution saving throws of only +1. Oh, would you believe it? It didn't even roll. It just landed on the 20.
Nice.
21.
All right, because you're a seasoned vet, you take it down. You stare her straight in the eyes, and you just kind of wipe your mouth, clink the glass upside down, and stand up, and kind of
It starts burning a little.
yeah, and look at X and Rand and say, "Let's do this."
Yeah, let's do this.
I,
Where are we
re-
going?
I got a full rum here.
I really wanted you to puke on X and Rand.
That was my plan, actually. If you
Eliana,
would've made me roll,
what's,
that's what I would have done.
what's the more important part of this job? Babysitting this asshole or trying to figure out what's going on with the church?
You guys, Rand, why don't you make a... Coach, you're Rand, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rand, why don't you make a dexterity check?
I hate axes. I'm named Axe. I hate axes. That'll help you remember.
4.
Yeah, so you're not able to get out of the way, as this time she grabs you by the front of your beard and lifts you onto the bar. She doesn't say anything. She just stares into your face and says, "Leave, and don't come back until this is taken care of."
Axe very gently puts his empty glass on the bar and inches away from the...
And then she tosses him back onto the ground.
Okay. Jeez, it's almost like you're having some relationship with this guy or something. Jeez.
She slams her hand on the bar. Go.
I
going.
can't believe I'm saying this, Rand, but let's go to church.
Kind of wanted to enjoy some more Nickelback, but I guess we're gonna go to church.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We'll have to
When-
go see Hosier.
the
Vox
second
already outside.
the second time she grabbed you by the beard, the entire bar just went silent.
The
Yeah,
record
it
scratch,
was-
the whole bar goes
yeah.
silent.
Like somebody got pissed at Nickelback and ejected the CD from the car.
Swing low, sweet chariot.
And
Very different.
yeah, and once you guys kind of get yourself settled and start walking out, the band picks up. It's kind of like the cantina in Star Wars, where
When the
where Obi-Wan Kenobi
cuts
takes
the
the guy's
off
arm,
dude.
and then the band starts playing again.
Yeah. Play something light and cheerful. And
Yep.
fast.
Animals.
All right.
They break into animals.
Yep. All right, so it's like a 10-15 minute. Well, it would be about a 15-minute walk with your stubby legs to the church.
What about our horses?
You didn't bring your horses. You were walking to the bar. You don't need your
That's
horses.
the
for
town
this.
stable. Yeah, we
Yeah.
wouldn't go get our horses to go to the bar.
Fair enough.
So it's a
Something else.
15-minute,
Although the The Belting Dragon does have a hitching post out front, so
Good to know.
Do you guys talk about anything on the way to the church?
I haven't
Probably-
been to church in many years.
you guys are probably talking about how not straight of a line Vok is walking.
You're kind of walking behind him doing this the whole time.
Hey, Vok, do you know why you're with us? I mean, we're expert adventurers, top-notch, seasoned warriors, and no offense, but you seem like kind of a fuck up. So, do you know why you're coming with us?
Yeah, because Ellie's gonna erase my tab. That's why.
Vok have any weapons on him at all?
He's got a couple of blades. If you look closely, you'll see it's
Small blades?
he has a scimitar and a sickle. Actually,
Okay. Do they have any armor on him?
he's wearing hide armor.
Light armor. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just making observations about the character.
And if you look close enough, you'll see the scrimshaw he's wearing around his neck is. You can't tell if it's like a woman or an elemental, but it's very intricately carved.
Okay. All right.
So, I want to be able to trust you, but like, what good are you?
You got kind of a bloodshot eyes stare for a couple seconds, and then he just continues stumbling forward.
I inch out of that stare range.
I'm gonna look at Axe, and I'm gonna like give him the old shoulders, like, I guess.
All right.
Just
Here to
before
make sure the church remains standing.
just before getting to the church, I think he's gonna hurl in an alley just to clear himself, I guess.
Puke and rally.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
kind of
God.
like, okay, I'm not going into a church like this.
You're gonna vomit. You're gonna vomit so that when you take the wine in church, you don't vomit in church.
Yeah.
Gods be damned. Oh boy. Yeah, get it out before we enter the holy place. Eliana wouldn't like you throwing all over the pews.
So here's a side question, Cooch and John. Do Axe and Rand have good constitutions? Like if they see Vok puking all over the place, are they going to be okay?
I have a 14, so
Okay.
it's plus
15.
2. Yeah.
All right. 'Cause
That
that would
we're-
actually
and
be really funny.
on
You're
top
outside.
of that, we have Dwarven resilience, which is we're resilient. We have resilience against poison, or not resilience.
And we're outside. It's not like we're in an enclosed car or something.
Yeah.
That too. You're gonna spew in here.
Hey, I got a question.
I get that
Has anyone
reference.
ever researched what happens if you puke in a bag of holding? Like,
Nobody
is
wants
there
to know
fluid in
inside the
it,
bag of
or-
holding ends up coated in vomit. I don't know.
Yeah. Do I pull out a
with
sword?
holy water at the door.
What?
All right, moving on.
What was that, John?
Alquin says mouthwash with the holy water at the door.
Oh, snap.
Oh, man.
I'll leave that up to Jeff to make that decision.
No, he can't smell his own breath. He's not too worried about it.
You're right.
Yikes.
Oh,
You just
Can go
face
terribly
first in
wrong
the
at
fountain. So you guys make your way up to the church. As you approach, I mean, you can view it from pretty much anywhere in town. It is a large, think of like a giant Gothic cathedral. You know, a big bell tower, a giant spear on, like a pointy top. Lots of stained glass. It's made of just real thick. It's old. So it's very, it looks worn. It's very sturdy. It's very well kept. It's not like there's a lot of cracks in it and stuff. It's thousands of years old, and it is almost the focal point of that area of town. Like nothing is taller than it. It is, the whole area is very reverent, very, very clean.
Till we walk in.
Yeah, until you walk in. And as you approach, you just kind of get this tranquil hush comes around the area. Not a lot of noise. It's busy, it's bustling, but people seem to be very aware of this looming church. And as you walk up to the main door, you notice a sign on it that says, "The church is church is closed. Please knock if you need." Kind of like one of those business closed. If you need something, ring the doorbell kind of deals. And there's, on the door, there's like one of those giant. It's like a two-handed knocker.
I knock with my fist. I go bang, 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 and then grab the knocker and go wham, wham, and then look at the other two and just grin.
That'll wake him up.
Yeah, you can see Vok wincing from the sound. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
the little ones
okay.
didn't bog him, but the two really big ones on the knocker.
As you kind of wait like a minute or two, and just as you're reaching to knock on it again, you hear a large kind of thunk, like a giant board being pulled off of, like the door is locked.
Like a log. Yeah.
On the back of it. It doesn't have your traditional locks. It is basically kept by, a giant 4x4 on the back side of the door that keeps it and bars it from opening.
Question for the GM.
Yeah.
Is Terrignus a god, or is that the architect, or is that a high priest? Where did that name come from?
Apparently it's a god.
Apparently it's a god. Okay.
Yep. I didn't look it up.
Axe knows nothing about churches. He does
Yep.
not go to church. So I literally would have no clue. So
Did you say it was the Church of Saint Terrignus?
Yep.
Saint.
So maybe it was a saint.
Okay, so it was a saint. Okay. Church of Saint Terrignus.
Be a saint that became a god. Who knows?
Yeah.
We don't.
So
It's the Raven
as
Queen.
as the door becomes unlocked, the door kind of pushes outward, and standing in the doorway is a dwarf. And
Dwarf?
that's where we'll leave it.
There's a dwarf? Is it a dwarven church? I love it. Alcon put, so hard to take down. Challenge accepted. I'm like, yes, it is. As you're describing this giant stone church, I'm already thinking of ways to try and collapse the ceiling or something. Got to keep up the MO, man.
Oh, hell.
What the fuck?
What?
The fuck, Jeff?
What?
The fuck?
What? This isn't me and Tom making shenanigans for you guys.
I don't know
No,
what
it's
you're talking
definitely Not.
I have nothing to do with it. It's not my game. All right, everybody. We are Two Nerds on Quest. We're here every Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. We will be back next Sunday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Time. Twitch.tv/TomMNorm, TOMMNORM. Podcast drops Wednesday mornings, usually around 7:30 Central Time. Takes a little bit to hit the feed, but you will get it Wednesday mornings. Patreon.com/Two Nerds on Quest if you want the podcast today with the pre and post show content, meaning the stuff we talk about before the show and after the show, stuff that isn't included with the regular podcast. Let other people know about the podcast, share it with everybody, let people know about the show. Give us some ratings and reviews wherever you get your podcast from, wherever you listen to us. Follow the Twitch channel, like it. Make sure you get notified when we go live. Hit our Discord. We get notifications in there as well. Talk to us about whatever you want to talk to us about. Games, soccer, World Cup's going on. Football, video games, music, movies, whatever. Go to bit.ly/OurFunDiscord. That'll get you the link to sign up for that. Join us. Have a fun discussion.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's,
Hometown, join us.
Yeah, feel free to suggest new characters that we can play.
You can see my prep music.
yeah. We share.
Which ironically enough, this morning was not Nickelback because I wasn't really prepping because I don't prep when Tom
Accurate.
DMs.
Accurate.
My mornings are so much more relaxed. When I'm not DMing. It's like I get up, I'm like, oh shit, I'll take a shower, I'll have some cereal.
yeah, so give us a follow. And all of our videos are on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. I don't have a personalized link for that yet. It's just a string, but if you search 2 Nerds 1 Quest YouTube, you'll find it. And the link is actually in our Discord as well. But our last campaign was there, all 2 years worth, 2.5 years worth. Our other side quests are put there in playlists, so you can go subscribe to that channel as well. And our show is here and up there because Twitch only holds on to them for 30 days. So if you want to listen to something or watch something that is from last year, if you missed an episode or you kind of want to hear what we did with our last session with JC being the DM, check it out. I highly encourage you to follow that as well.
We have
so
a
for this week for
whole
me,
2 Nerds 1 Quest universe.
yeah, the whole 2 Nerds 1 Quest universe.
We should
now
start a
there's-
wiki.
And now there's a new character in it.
So for me, for Genius, for Cooch, and for JC, we'll catch you next week.
Burning down the house.
All right, I'm putting us back live. So, it says how big is. That's why I was asking you how big.
Oh, Luskin's a big city too. Luskin's
is
the
it?
big
Okay.
pirate city where you guys did your thieving.
Yeah, where you set the
And
town
that's
on
part of
fire.
it. That's part of the thing. Oh, and a note for you, Jeff. This Belching Dragon is in Neverwinter. That adventuring Belching Dragon doesn't exist anywhere else. It's in
Oh.
Neverwinter. It's in the big
I-
city.
I had
The
asked
previous
Tom.
Belching Dragon was just a bar.
Okay, I had asked Tom, and he had said that this was while we were doing our other adventure, this was happening. So, but we can clean that up in the lore.
Yeah, I'm assuming that this was because he was asking about all of our other characters, like who was available, like where's Doc, where's.
Yeah. Everything that takes place out of this Belching Dragon in Neverwinter takes place after Rime of the Frost Maiden. Because it didn't exist until after
Yeah, that
Rime
makes
of the Frost
sense.
Maiden.
Yep, and that was a conversation Genius and I had. I think before I asked you, John, about
Yeah.
the size.
Okay.
This is where we need to get that wiki or timeline
Yeah,
together.
we
To
really
get
do.
Yeah,
everything
I'm working on it. So
We should, like I said, Jeff, we should make it a wiki. Like we should open up a wiki and drop all this stuff in there. Just have
That's
a
next level shit.
four of us speak.
I'll have something soon, and then we can figure out how to start that.
Yeah.
It'll just be a document, and we can turn that into a.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
there's
okay,
a lot of
so-
titles. All right, if
Because
you're in chat,
Sounded like
I was
there
in
might
there
be-
suggesting titles today too.
I gotta
Sorry
go.
about that. We had a lot of fun today. So
if you're in chat, go to
Sorry
this
about
link, tommnorm.showbot.tv. Vote on
Holy
titles.
hell, yes.
Basically, go there, click on it. You can vote on it, and the title that we vote on, you can vote for multiple titles as well. So if there's like 2 or 3 that you really like, just vote on those 2 or 3. And then we
Rand's bulge is bigger.
nice. So I'm gonna go through these real quick. We got Rand's bulge is bigger, Pocket Johnson's, collapsing a town, check. Chucking the urn, throw the urn. Is that a Johnson in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Our fault? Never. You want ghosts? That's how you get ghosts. The Wrecking Crew, toss the hockey wrench, eating 5 guys, He-Man and his horse? Dynamite plan, what the Vok? Knuckleheads are seasoned adventurers, and Copperback record scratch. Copperback, that's what I was trying to think of, like, instead of Nickelback, I was trying to think of.
I gotta go with that one. Collapsing a town check. That is spot on, Scootin.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well, and that's not, I'm not going to give you any ideas as to what you guys are going to start doing next week, but
I'm gonna find a way to take this fucking church down. It's like my MO now, man.
Apparently, I'm gonna try to
Prevent that.
keep him from doing that.
Yeah, we gotta talk to the head asshole Tybalt.
yeah.
Thrugston. Yeah, that's a Dwarven name. Makes sense.
All right, I'll go with that.
I like to think as we were walking through the streets of town, there was another bar that we went past that Hosier was playing inside. Take me to church, I'll pray. So much fun.
Good stuff
So
today.
much fun. Yes.
Good stuff. Been waiting to introduce
Fuck.
Vok. Yeah.
Is this going to be a thing with this where you're going to play like 4 characters?
No, I wanted to
start?
do it. Tom and I were talking about how we wanted to do a dwarf that was like the dwarf's dwarf, and that was kind of like, well, I've played a barbarian already, so just kind of give just a little fun to it. And we said building out the multiverse, the cinematic universe. Got to have some extra characters.
Yep.
So,
Jeff, did you create that spreadsheet in Drive?
I'm just typing it into a Word document right now, just kind of a bullet point of who would be where. But I think I was under the understanding that some of these characters were still in Town, so I'll clean that up and make it.
I was gonna say if you want to put it into Drive and share it with me, if you can get with one of your kids and do that and figure out how to share it with me, I can help you edit it and get stuff on there.
I think the biggest thing is going to be at the timeline of which characters do we want to have in what order, assuming that they're not all there at the same time necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because Oscar would come in.
So Oscar would have been one of the first ones because he and Bo showed up before they left Lonelywood.
Yes.
Because he was one of the potential replacements for Doc. Yep. So again, and that's where levels are going to be weird because like Doc and Ellie kind of stopped at level 8, but then obviously didn't just stop. But and then Oscar and Bo were like level 3 to probably 4 when they finished that adventure. Stuff like that. So
and we'll just have a current level.
I was gonna say, quite frankly, we could do weird things too. Like if we do something in a different timeline. You can always add levels and remove levels and kind of monkey with it there.
Well, and if we set it up, I mean, you just put the level they were when they entered, where they entered, and what their current level is when they entered the timeline. So that's why I wanted to do like a spreadsheet, because then you could have the character name, the campaign arc they were in. Their entrance level, their current level, where they are now.
Trying to keep track of 2 different locations was what was messing with the spreadsheet. So if they're all from the same place, then I think spreadsheet is definitely going to be an easier. And I like spreadsheets better.
Yeah, so I think a spreadsheet. I think you could do a spreadsheet, and you just have locations listed. I mean, like, you can make a section of it. Like you combine a bunch of columns and just call it location, and then in the locations have subcolumns that are all the different locations, and then just put an X in whatever place they're in right now.
Tom, would you say Farley and Spade were part of this universe, or was that those are the only 2 characters we played that it wasn't really decided at that point, so it wasn't specifically mentioned? Would they have been part of that, or are they just out there, and maybe they'll show up later for a quest?
Yeah, they can be just not. They can be in the same timeline, just not there because they're off doing something else. So maybe
Farley and Spade existed in like Waterdeep.
Yep. So what we can do is, if we actually want them to be a part of it, after this set of adventures that I'm doing, if somebody else wants to do something, the next time I come back around with my stories, we can add John to that, and then because basically that's going to be a portal jumping storyline, so they could actually portal jump to
This timeline.
the
Yeah.
belching dragon. Yeah.
Hmm. So their previous adventure was just for their own benefit, but maybe at some point they are like, oh, we could do this for hire.
Or they just randomly show up there, if whatever
Or they're
happens.
the villains.
They could be villains. They could. Yeah. That's wide open. I don't have a plan for that.
I would suggest 2 tabs on the spreadsheet, one for heroes and one for villains, because we have the Witch in the Woods. In the Neverwinter Woods, that is a thing now. The gold golem is still roaming around the 10 Towns area somewhere.
Hmm.
Sounds horrifying.
All right, I got to
mean,
get going, so I'm gonna
what's
be
her face
shutting
is
all this
still up.
down. We are going to
Collapsing a
raid-
town, check. Clear winner.
Yep. Yeah, that is a clear winner. Collapsing a town, check.
Rand's bulge is bigger though, made me smile.
That's funny.
Got a good laugh.
We're gonna raid
Thank you,
Brian
Scoot and
Dunaway.
Jack.
So when I
Titles.
click this, follow Brian Dunaway, watch him. Looks like he's playing. He's been doing a lot of retro stuff, or that's his main focus right now. And he's
It'd be
got some
cooler
kind
if he
of
was playing Rocket League.
what's that?
It'd be cooler if he was playing Rocket League.
Did you do all your FC challenges?
No,
I
just
haven't do
downloaded the
drop
update
shot and hoops
yesterday.
yet.
He's playing like a Disney version of Mario Kart.
Oh yeah, the I forget what it's called, but yes, there is one of them.
So we are
Cool.
going there. So thank you everybody for popping in. Thanks, chat. Catch you later.
Happy Sunday. Get him.
Bye, chat.